Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Agalia with MS Adeolu. This channel creates content that helps you to build your faith and live a life of purpose. In today's video, we're discussing on how unforgiveness can hinder you from breaking free from afflictions. Let's get right into it. We are humans. It is in our nature to take offense. Even at the slightest provocation, some people can overreact. But this is a stronghold that the devil uses to tie people down and afflict them. The devil is always looking for legal rights so he can go to God, get permission to afflict the person. Unforgiveness is a dangerous thing to harbor because even God doesn't like it. For example, someone offends you and you decide not to forgive that person. Every time you see them, you are reminded of what they've done and you begin to conceive evil plans, evil thoughts against that person. This is the breeding ground for the devil. The first thing I want you to know is that unforgiveness hinders your prayers. In Matthew 5, from 23 to 24, it tells us that therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First, go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gifts. This is Jesus Himself telling us that the state of our hearts is more important than any gift we could ever offer to God. God wants us to come to Him with clean hearts. There's this principle in law that he that must come to equity must come with clean hands. The same applies here. God wants you to come, bring your case before Him without holding grudge against your neighbor. Before you bring your dance offering, before you bring your tithes, your offering, your song, your praise, your prayer, go and be reconciled with your neighbor. That is what God is telling you. And this is so because God forgave us first for all that we have done. Many of us think we are the worst sinners. We were once idolaters, adulterers, fornicators, gossipers, liars, so many things. But God forgave us completely without collecting a dime from us. Despite our ugly past, God forgave us. And He's asking us, the grace I have shown to you, extend it to your neighbors. Because I have forgiven you, you have to forgive as well. I can say with full certainty that no man can boast that he paid for his sins to obtain salvation, because Ephesians 2 from verse 8 to 9 tells us that for it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourself, it is the gift of God, not by works, so no man can boast. If God gave you forgiveness free of charge, He gave you salvation free of charge, why can't you extend that grace to your neighbor and forgive them for what they've done to you? This is illustrated in the parable of the unfaithful servant, and you can find this in Matthew 18 from verse 21 to 22 and 24 to 35. In this chapter, Peter asks Jesus, how many times should I forgive my neighbor? And Jesus said 77 times. I'm sure you are not keeping a book and a pen to keep track of the wrongdoings that your neighbor is doing, because that is an extreme level of pettiness and hatred. Before you even reach that 77, you'll have lost track of your counting. So God wants you to keep forgiving. He wants you to keep forgiving the wrongdoings of your brother or your sister. In the parable of the unfaithful servant, this servant was owing his master 10,000 bags of gold, and he begged. He cried profusely for his master to forgive him and write off his debt, which his master did. But on his way home, he saw his fellow servant that was owing him just 100 silver coins. Compare the amount. He was owing 10,000 bags of gold, and his fellow servant, was owing just 100 silver coins. He took his fellow servant, got him beaten, and threw him in prison. His master heard of it and was disappointed, as you would be, because if I was in that situation, I'll be so disappointed. I would take back what I have given. And his master asked that he be imprisoned and he has to pay for that debt that he owes. So, this is Jesus telling us that I have forgiven you. What you have done to God is greater, is far more worse than what that brother or sister did to you. So you have to forgive them. We need to train ourselves to forgive. I'm not asking you to allow yourself to be taken advantage of. No. I'm telling you that you need to forgive, but create boundaries, create structures that would not allow that thing to repeat itself ever again. So forgive and create boundaries. Now, when we forgive, God restores to us everything that we have lost, just like He did with Job. If you read the book of Job, you will notice that it was after Job forgave and prayed for his friends that God restored to him all that he has lost. So, forgive. God is ready, God is capable, God is willing to restore to you everything that you have lost. All He's asking you to do is forgive and let go, and let Him come in and do what He always does the best. Now, this is the end of today's video, and this video is just to encourage you to forgive in order to break free from affliction. If you do not forgive, the devil still has a legal right to afflict you. So maybe you are wondering, I've been living right. I'm not struggling with adultery. I'm not fornicating. I'm not abusing drugs. I'm not lying. I'm not stealing. So why am I still facing this affliction? Well, maybe there's a trauma you have not healed from. Maybe there's a pain you're still holding on to. There's a grudge in your heart against your neighbor. And God is telling you right now, let it go. Just forgive, let it go. Forgiving is not instantly. No, it can take time to heal from that pain. Take as much time as you need. But know that at the end of your healing process is forgiveness. In fact, what I would encourage you to do is forgive immediately. There's a part of the Bible that says, do not let the sun go down on your anger. That could be the measure for how fast you should forgive your neighbor. So forgive before the next day. Forgive that person, but know that you still need time to heal from that pain, and it's okay. Take as much time as you need. Just forgive. This is the end of today's video, and I hope you find today's video informative. Don't forget to like this video, click on the comment section to leave a comment, click on the red subscribe button to subscribe if you haven't, click on the bell icon notification to get notified when there's a new video from this channel. Click on everything and do everything. Also share this video with your family, your friends, your neighbors, anyone that you love and you know is dealing with afflictions or struggling with unforgiveness. Share this video with them. Until next time, see you. Bye.